Hello, hello. Happy Fierce Friday. We're here at the Million Mom Movement. It's October the 7th. My name is Carmela Velarde. I'm a Blue Diamond with the company Purium. And I'm here with my council members, Naiva Flore and Taz Ferreira. So I've been 2 years on this council, and we as a committed community of caregivers are always Fridays coming to you really today about a very exciting topic that's, well, everybody's buzzing about in our community and all over the wellness community and industries. The truth about collagen, rapid aging, and its connection to gut health. So today we'd like to share with you our deep dive from the Million Mom Movement stance. Of course, it's our community focus is the caregivers. And let's start out with the pledge. I'd love for Taz Ferreira to share that with us today. And this is our intention with which our Million Mom Movement community is based on.
Thank you so much, Carmela. Welcome, everyone. This is going to be a fantastic call. So, we've always talked about the pledge and what it means to us. So as moms, as awareness citizens, we have a responsibility. We have a responsibility to share what we learn, what we know, what we're learning in the future, right? So an easy way to do that is to share the pledge, to show that food democracy is part of our mission, and we will not be standing for toxicity in our environment and especially in our food. And we have to be loud about this. And the best way to do this is by sharing and by educating everyone that we meet, right? We've mentioned ways that you can print this if you're a teacher or if you have an office and share it in your office. Or there's other ways, there's other creative ways that you can share it. And if you have a creative way, maybe you can let us know and we can repost it. And as a community, we can show ways how we can move this pledge forward and share this pledge as a community. So let's all read it together with pride. I pledge to defend the health of myself and my family. I pledge to choose organic foods that are minimally processed and free of man-made ingredients. I pledge to read labels and educate myself on all aspects of clean living. I understand that my actions today will positively impact the health and environment of future generations. I am committed to sharing this movement of many. I am the Million Mom Movement. And the Million Mom Movement, the movement of many, this is MOM, the mom, right? It's not only for mamas, it's for aunties and uncles and caregivers and nannies and every single person around us. Because the more we help ourselves and we help each other, now we're able to have this food democracy, this food awareness forward and share the pledge. Okay, I will pass it back to you, Carmela.
Thank you, Taz. And this intention is what we want to ground everybody every Friday to understand what our community is all about, why we gather every week. And we get to really dive into topics that are relevant for what's happening in our society at large. We are living in the most toxic time that we've ever experienced in history, and it's preventable if we have awareness. So we want to arm you with the activism arm of this company with ammunition every single week. And so today we're going to move into the news with a really relevant article that Naiva Flore is going to share with us right now.
Thank you so much, Carmela. Yeah, I love our In the News segment because this just brings the activism to this call, right? It gives you something to talk about out there on your social media. So today we're going to be talking about the complete list of food products and brands filled with popular cancer-causing weed killer glyphosate. So we have several lists that we've been working from for our end of the call to action, but we wanted to share this with our In the News segment because there are so many popular foods that are ridden with this toxic chemical. So Many of them, some of them are known because we know that there's high levels of glyphosate in them due to the other articles, but some of these are actually, we may not be aware of them. And so this is really important that we continue to talk about this. We continue to bring this to awareness to people. So despite Cheerios being so popular among children and adults alike and being a super easy snack given to toddlers as young as 9 months old, and I think people even give them younger, the whole grain cereal bran is the opposite of healthy. The oh so familiar crunchy O's are made out of almost nothing but cane sugar and cornstarch, not exactly healthy foods, if you ask me. Or do you see fruits, vegetables, and healthy fats or protein on that list? I don't think so. So I want to go down here. What is glyphosate, right? A lot of people have this question. Not everybody I talk to even knows what glyphosate is, even today, even though we see it in the news, it's talked about on different, celebrity channels. This is still something we need to educate about because so many people have no idea the basics of what is glyphosate. So glyphosate is an herbicide that when applied to leaves and plants kills the broadleaf plants and grasses and is used to ripen fruits and regulate the plant growth cycle. So it's an active ingredient in Monsanto's Roundup herbicide, and this chemical is used up until shortly before harvest on various crops. Monsanto is infamous for its genetically enhanced, genetically engineered foods, but they use this herbicide even on non-GE foods such as corn, peas, flax, sugar beets, potatoes, rye, millet, canola, sunflowers, lentils, and soybeans. Glyphosate is categorized as a carcinogen according to the International Agency for Research on Cancer. So this is something really important. This doesn't sound like something you want on your plate or bowl, right? So we need to educate about this because so many people have no idea that this is in their everyday snacks that they buy for themselves, for their children. So instead, some private organizations took the matter into their hands. The Food Democracy Now!, the Detox Project, which we are proud to carry that label on our product, verified by the Detox Project on our Biomedic to remove glyphosate from our gut, which is incredible. But the Detox Project have done some testing on 29 different foods and have found glyphosate residue on some popular foods, including the General Mills Cheerios that we talk about often, Oreos, Doritos, Stacy's pita chips. You guys, for a long time, I was still buying those because they're non-GMO, but you know what? They're ridden with glyphosate. Ritz crackers, Kashi soft bake, oatmeal, dark chocolate cookies, and the list goes on and on. So glyphosate is found in many other popular food products as well. Oatmeals, bagels, coffee, creamers, so many other things. It's, in our even organic breads, eggs, wines, it's everywhere. So I'm going to go down this list. There's lots of different foods. I'm not going to name them all, but I will post this article in our chat so that you can go look at it for yourself, share it with your community, take some notes for what you want to share about, or maybe go through this list and see if any of these things happen to be in your cupboards or people that you love's cupboards, maybe your siblings, people, your parents, and just educate about it because a lot of us don't know what we don't know. So it's our job to go out there and carefront our loved ones, right? We care about them so much that we're going to let them know that the food that they have in their cupboards actually are ridden with these cancer-causing ingredients. So I'm just going to go ahead and copy this link and come back to you here. And I'm going to share this link with you all so that you can go and share it far and wide with your communities. Passing it back to you, Carmela.
Thank you so much, Neva. And please go on and share with action and enthusiasm information that we have here. It's all for you. And please share it onto our YouTube channel, which some people in the chat were asking, where do we find these recordings? So let's get into the heart of the call. And today, whatever time you're watching this, we are diving into finding your fountain of youth. Right? What is finding the fountain of youth as this community addresses naturopathy, right? The truth about collagen, rapid aging, and its connection to gut health. So many of us are already really here for the detoxification and the awareness of what we can do with our cellular rejuvenation with our superfood movement. So let's talk about what it is that we're addressing here first. We're talking about collagen. So what is collagen? Well, it's a structural protein that has amino acids, and there's 4 to 5 different types of amino acids within collagen. And Kala in Greek actually means glue. So it acts as a glue to help bind the entire body together. So I've been a massage therapist for 22 years. I've done a lot of myofascial connective tissue support, neuromuscular work. So really the physical body is amazing. It's so incredible, this vast matrix of how we're all held together by this tissue, this collagen, which is a protein with our skin, our bones, our teeth, our ligaments, our tendons, our muscles, our connective tissue. So as we think about what is collagen, well, where is it? It's all over our bodies. It's in our eyes. It's 80% is in our tendons. 70 to 80% of collagen is skin. 60% of cartilage is collagen. 30% of our bones are collagen. We may not understand that so much of what we're made up of is this protein matrix. And there's a depth to this matrix. There's different aspects to this matrix. So 1 to 10% of all muscle mass is also protein, which is collagen. And after the age of 25, this collagen production plummets. We all know that this is the aging process. And actually, after the age of 40, we really start to see the effects. And that's when we start to see these fine lines, the sagging skin, the deeper digestive issues and creaky joints. Now, as I was doing this research, of course, for this community, what is out in research isn't always in line with what we have. So this is why we're going to shine a little bit more of a spotlight on its connection to how nutrients and being not depleted in nutrients and minerals and being able to supplement our bodies through what it needs to optimize. This is what's most important here. This is what we're talking about here. So yes, this is the science, but let's go to the next slide. So I'm just going into what are the different types of collagen, right? The first most common, and it makes up 90% of our collagen in our bodies. That's what our hair is made up of, our skin, our nails, our organs, our bones, our ligaments. It really does support our skin. So it's very important, but so is all the other parts. Now, the second, people understand collagen for the skin and bones, but what about the gut lining? Do you know that we have about 25 to 30 feet of gut lining of our intestinal tract in our bodies, and that's made of this matrix? How is it held together? Through collagen, through protein. And this matrix is so delicate, even though it's very intercoiled inside our body. We need to help support our immune function, which is our gut lining. Now, this is where our products come in strongly, because we have specific aids that help to rebuild, regenerate, cellular repair. This is what's so important for us all to understand, that immune health connection to collagen is very strong. It's not just beauty and collagen, it's immune health, it's joint health, it's digestive health. It's maintaining also just our longevity. And the more we understand about collagen, so it's proline, glycine, hydroxyproline, and the last one is just the basement membrane of our skin. But mostly all of this, think about if we didn't have collagen, what are we? A bag of bones and nervous system and muscles just flapping around. We have to have this matrix tight. So this means that what we have every day, an opportunity to build, is this collagen. I'm just kind of breaking it down simply because when people think about this collagen supplementation era that we're really deep in right now, it's all over. It's in Target, it's in Whole Foods, it's everywhere that health foods would be. And they say if you don't get enough supplementation outside of your diet, then you need these supplements. So what we're seeing is that they don't understand really then that some of these research studies are talking about how after the age of 40, our digestive health is aging. But really, we can change that. We can change that entirely here. Because if we have what our body needs, that's the next slide, Naiva. naturopathy. Naturopathy is, it didn't come up here, but naturopathy is the study where if we give our body what it needs, it optimizes. And a very big topic in aging that we need to talk about is autophagy. So it's been known since the 60s, but in 2016, what's his name? I'm going to get his name wrong. There it is. Dr. Yoshinaro Asumi. He won the Nobel Prize for learning what autophagy is and defining it for us. So it defines the aging process where our cells are basically eating itself. And this is the process of aging, because are we able to then supplement with food as our medicine the nutrients so that we can rebuild daily? Because this is why we can actually reverse the aging process if we have what our body needs through naturopathy. And this is our food philosophy with our organic superfood community. So we know that many of us have reversed disease states, and people have told us that they were not possible. Well, we beg to differ, and we know that autophagy is basically helping this process where it's fundamental, where our cells will be constantly removing waste because of the damage from our external environment, like the UV rays of the sun, smoke damage, pollution. There's a lot of, honestly, stress in the body and environment that we have to constantly, our physical body with collagen it's always bombarded with these toxins. So how are we to support it? How are we to support autophagy? Well, through our detoxification ULT, because when you're removing the waste, you're assisting the cellular waste out of our cells daily through a 30-day program. You're then able to repair damage readily. And this other topic, which is adiponectin, it's connected to HGH levels. After the age of 25, we know that it's rapidly moving in it's the plummet of collagen production, the plummet of HGH levels. Well, this is when we can increase adiponectin, and this helps our metabolizing process for not only our digestive and our weight loss, but it's also for our cellular repair. So when you see people in our community with extremely like night and day before and afters, it's often because their skin is tighter, they look youthful and younger. And this is because you're removing cellular waste at a rapid pace, because you're flooding it with also dense nutrition that's free of man-made ingredients. So we remove the heavy sugar consumption, the processed foods from our cells, those toxins that are really burdening our bodies with not being able to flow all of the blood, the chi, the energy that we need, the vital fluids. This is causing aging. This is the aging process. So the very bottom image is an image on the left of a youthful cell, skin cell, and the right is an aging skin cell. So as you can see, it just breaks down the collagen, the elastin, but what we want to support you with is this breakdown won't even happen if we're daily detoxifying and supporting our body through proper nutrients with protein, with antioxidants and vitamin C, which we'll go into in a little while with our recommendations. I would love to pass the mic on to Taz Ferreira, who has a background in science and biology. So I'd love to hear, and she loves to talk about collagen. And I'd love, Taz, for you to share a little bit about what you did also with your team with your collagen challenge.
Absolutely. So the collagen challenge is still going on. Thank you, Carmela. So, before moving on to this, I wanted to touch a little bit because I like how you were talking that the collagen productivity starts declining around age 20 to 25, right? This is what we studied. But what I've noticed, just observation, right? I've noticed so many teenagers are having a decline in collagen production. Have you guys noticed that? That so many teenagers have this sagging skin. And this makes me wonder, I'm like, okay, so what's going on? So we know environmental factors has a huge part in this. smoking, what you were talking about, Carm, smoking, pollution, chemtrails, vape. I mean, there's so many things that are actually making collagen production decline more and more rapidly. And I have to tell you guys, aging is a disease. We don't need to be going through it. And we could be at any age and still reproduce collagen, right? You don't have to say, okay, well, maybe it's too late. No, it's never too late. When I was in my 20s, I looked worse than I do in my 40s. Now I look youthful, right? You can do it. You can do it. Don't take no for nothing. We have a solution with superfoods and specific foods. These foods are combined. They are made together to create this balance of helping our skin build the elasticity. And if you want to go back to the slide, Naiva, I can go into that a little bit. Do you want to go into the Renew right away, or do you want to talk about our new product? Carm?
Yeah, I think that I'd love for you to continue discussing, and I know many people are interested in this, that's why, is the process of aging and really the physiological, what is happening physiological in our bodies. And this is how we are going to be able to help others educate. Well, what do we have? What's happening? And this is the interaction that we can support the shift of.
Absolutely. Okay. So collagen is like, let's picture something like this. It's like an intertwine of our cells, right? And what happens with age, with time, environmental factors, it denatures, right? And the denaturing, this is what causes collagen loss. And collagen is all over our bodies. It's not only in our skin, what Carm was mentioning. This is heart, this is bone, this is joints. This is our blood vessels. There's so many things. But what's important with collagen is that it's not that we're losing collagen, it's the quality of the collagen that we're losing. The quality is what matters. And this is really steamed behind lifestyle choices. Okay, it's lifestyle. It doesn't have to be age. So I wanted to talk about a little bit about, should I talk about the bone broth? Or should I come back to that?
Yeah,
okay,
and then,
So bone broth, this is something. So I'm plant-based, vegan for the past 14 years. And bone broth, this is something so many people think helps build collagen. But you know what? It doesn't actually do that. I don't know where we got this idea that eating collagen actually makes collagen. That does not work. We have to show the body how it can activate its natural collagen, because we have connective tissues in the body that needs to build collagen. And that's how we show our bodies and our peers how to build collagen. So bone broth is great for coating the intestine. So let's say you're going through intestinal issues and SIBO, but you know what it does? You remember a long time ago, I don't know if your grandparents used to use something called like Vaseline on the skin, which does nothing, but just acts as a coat and it's full of toxins. So that's exactly what bone broth does to the intestines. So that's a big no-no for me. So it does nothing for collagen. So let's just look at the ingredients in this, okay? In the Renew Hair, Skin, and Nails, which I love. So I've actually been opening this and adding it to my dark berry. I think it tastes delicious. So I've been adding it inside with the apostle cherry. So you have your spirulina. Why is spirulina important? So you have all your omega-3s. Your omega-3s are really important. So this is why a lot of times people would say, well, I don't have a bovine collagen, but I started introducing a marine collagen, right? Because they think marine life is full of the omegas. But what has happened with the marine life is that our sea life is not how it used to be, okay? I think it's 90% of our fish nowadays contains microplastic. So when we're having those marine collagens, we're actually ingesting so much plastic into our body. And what happens with that? PCOS, adrenal fatigue, a lot of things denature our DNA. when we introduce microplastics. Okay, so why not just cut the middleman out and go straight to the source? And when I'm talking about the source, I'm talking about spirulina. So spirulina and chlorella and all of our omegas are something that I love to introduce. We have our he shu wu. So I know he shu wu being this Chinese herb that actually helps with gray hair. Did you know that? He shu wu is supposed to help reverse gray hair. So that's amazing. We have our methyl sulfonomethane, and this is actually an organic sulfur-rich component that is great for producing collagen. Another thing that I love that's full of sulfur is garlic. So if you guys don't like garlic, start introducing it to your daily routine. The horsetail herb, okay, so horsetail herb is silica. It's a pure silica that's really another connective tissue that is really great for collagen production. Sorry, I'm just checking my notes. Okay, that's really great for collagen production. And the dandelion leaf, which helps to raise your glutathione. So all of these minerals work together. Okay, you have your kelp, these are all your sea veggies, your ginger root, good grapeseed extract. This is, again, so great. Resveratrol, it's part of that, which is really good to tighten the skin. And okay, so let's talk about the importance of collagen through the stages of puberty, pregnancy, and menopause. Okay, so during pregnancy, let's talk about that one. So the body starts producing a lot of, remember at the beginning, Carm was talking about all of the proteins that are interconnected with collagen. So when you are pregnant, your body starts producing so much glycine. Okay, that's why your skin is glowing. Everyone's like, wow, you look amazing. But then what happens? What happens after you deliver? That skin starts sagging, right? Come on. How many of us mamas out there have been through that? I know I've been through that. But thank God for aminos and all of our green leafy foods. This helps to bind all of the collagen back and tightens our skin. We need the right amino acids. We need the right protein in our body. Naiva, do you want to move on to the next slide? Okay, the dark berry protein. Okay, so I've been using this since October 1st, and it's been amazing. I see the difference right away. First of all, I love that it's grain-free, okay? And it tastes delicious. I can't get over the taste, how something so essential for our body, building body blocks, can actually taste so good. So I love that there's protein. So our body needs protein for collagen. This is what it is. It's protein, right? And pea protein is my favorite one to introduce. And I love how Dave has paired this with digestive enzymes to help break down the amino acids in the protein. Isn't that genius? I love that. And another thing that I love, that our collagen starts to degrade from the loss of vitamin C. That's why it's really important to have the real vitamin C in our foods. And I'm not talking about ascorbic acid. We need to up our levels of vitamin C. So that's in camu. So camu is a berry that has over 400% of vitamin C. It's one of the best, most abundant way to get our vitamin C. And this is what we need. Pair that with the amla fruit and the rose hip, we are getting all the vitamin C that we need. Okay, so be careful whenever you're taking all of these like collagen things and they're telling you it contains so many % of vitamin C, read the labeling, right? If it says ascorbic acid, this is actually contributing to gut health issues, right? And it will not be elevating your vitamin C. And this is what your body really needs. It needs your vitamin C because, oh, you know, another thing, remember I was talking about smoking? Smoking actually breaks down your vitamin C. So it actually makes you look older. Well, we know that. We know it makes you look older, but how? It breaks down your vitamin C, okay? And even secondhand smoke counts. So be very careful whenever you're around someone who's smoking. It stays on your clothes, and it takes at least 5 years for smoking to get out of your system. So omega-3s are really important. Your dark green leafy veggies, okay? And all of your dark red veggies as well. So the pomegranate, the raspberry, the blackcurrant, the tart cherry, these all have antioxidants that are going to help the free radicals and are going to help with your oxidative stress. So we have to try to eliminate your oxidative stress so that your skin appears with more collagen and no wrinkles and tightens your elastin, okay? The MCT oil, so this helps with, the MCT oil helps with your collagen, your bone flexibility, digestive health, and muscle recovery. So I love, when I saw there was lion's mane in this product, I was so excited, okay? So not only does it help cognitive function and reduce inflammation, it can help with MS, it can help with your nerve growth factors, which is incredible, right? Isn't that amazing to understand that all the synapses and everything that's happening in your brain now that can be repaired with this medicinal mushroom? How amazing is that? So I love lion's mane. It's in here in a perfect proportion, and I love it. The ginkgo leaf, this actually helps your cell metabolism. So you know how your cell has a turnover, right? And it depends what you're eating, that it will either be fast, rapid growth, or a long growth. So the ginkgo leaf actually assists in making the growth more rapidly. Isn't that amazing? And it increases testosterone, reduces cortisol levels, and boosts cognitive and memory. Okay, and the humic and fulvic acids. So you know we're talking about environmental toxins, food toxins, glyphosate, all of these things that we're being bombarded with all the time. So the humic and fulvic acids remove those, repairs, detoxifies, and this is actually helping our oxidative stress as well. Naiva, if you'd like to add anything, the floor is yours.
Yeah, this next slide is all about humic and fulvic acid, because so much of what we teach in naturopathy and the Purium lifestyle is that we know that the soil is depleted and big agriculture is being hijacked. So when we're talking about the spraying of glyphosate, what does that mean? Farmers are being bought in to basically raping the soil over and over and over again. There's no minerals left. This is why the effectivity of our nutrients through our lifestyle really is supported through the humic and fulvic acid because of our farming practices. So I just wanted to highlight this one ingredient in that product that was so important, which is the humic and fulvic acid. We don't see this inside protein powders. We don't, because I don't think people are addressing the fact, like we are as a community, that our soil health is everything to our body's natural functions, to being able to assimilate nutrition. If we don't have minerals, then we can't assimilate. And so this is why humic and fulvic acid is also found in our biomedic, our fulvic zeolite, our ionic elements, and our superlights. So where is it from? It's from soil. It's from our soil, and you can't get more natural sourcing than fulvic and humic acid for minerals. So when it's in this protein, this dark berry protein, not only do you have the digestive enzymes, but you're also going to be able to assimilate every nutrient that you're putting into your body after you're drinking this amazing shake. So it's only going to support your cell optimization moving forward. And yes, again, I'm going to pass it to Naiva now.
Okay.
Let's mute. Oh, ask to unmute. There you go. Can you unmute now, Naiva? Let me see. Give us one moment.
Okay, so during our technical difficulties, we have all of the minerals paired together, right? Together, I mean, this is all the minerals we need. We need the biofruit, which is all of our phytonutrients. And this is, you know, the taste the rainbow? This is actually taste the rainbow. Our C from nature, this is all of our vitamin C. And this is all found in the dark berry. So you have your biofruit, you have your C from nature, your bioregion, which is, okay, so the bioregion, here's a little tip. Whenever I travel, you can't bring the puff cherry, right? We can't bring it with us. They're going to check it. They're going to take it. And I know you guys are like, we need our sleep. So I bring the bioregion. But I saw in the dark berry, you have the tart cherries inside. So it's all combined together. How amazing is that? And then the ingredients of that, so then you can pair it with zincate, right? Because zinc is very important with vitamin A, D, and E. And then you have your ionic elements, which is your magnesium, your selenium. You have all of your trace minerals, and the body, the connective tissues, which is collagen, is so dependent on all of these minerals. These minerals need to be working together. I know, right? Yes, they work together for the win. This is a game changer in our whole 30-day transformation. So when you have a 30-day transformation, what I would suggest is just add this on, because it will only take your nutrition to another level. And as we age, our estrogen levels decrease. So we need it. It needs to have its nutrient. It needs to have these nutrition and these micro minerals. Any one of you ladies? Okay, Carm. Go ahead.
And I'm sorry, Neva, we can't find a way to unmute you, but we're going to just go on with the show. All right. Thank you so much, Taz. Such great points. And we have so much to share. So let me go back to the topic of autophagy. So what's happening right now in our world of wellness? We're talking a lot about keto. We're talking a lot about intermittent fasting. Now, what do those terms, why is it so popular? Why are people using that instead of our lifestyle specifically? Because by fasting, they say that's the number one best way to achieve autophagy, which is to then allow our body to be at resting state so that our cells are able to rejuvenate. Well, we do have an intermittent fasting schedule, and we do believe that if you consume low calorie, healthy fats, nutrient rich, chemical-free, alkaline, high fiber diets, then our bodies are given everything it needs, but we have minimal processing for the digestion and minimal work for the liver, the kidneys, right? So when we are using our protocol, our philosophy of food with superfoods, it's very different. Many people don't understand the food philosophy when they're fully taking on intermittent fasting for the first time. But when you're using our products, you are already minimally having the body to process. For instance, the super amino 23 is as if you're fasting. So by taking those aminos, you are allowing your body to repair. And I always say this because when your kidneys are not bombarded with having to process the amount of protein that you're getting, 9 grams per tablet, that's a lot of protein that most people are not even getting daily. So when you're getting it and your kidneys don't have to work hard and your digestive gets to fast, you're actually putting your body into autophagy. When you're drinking and consuming this dark berry, because it's in a minimally processed form, but then you get digestive enzymes, the humic acid that helps it to assimilate. Now switch your brain and think that whenever you're approaching somebody who has an intermittent fasting lifestyle, say, imagine inserting this nutrient dense protein source, these sources, and then flood it with other nutrients, because the gut lining is just a matrix of 25 feet of collagen. And if you're not getting enough assimilation into the gut, then we can't produce more of our own cells and regenerate our own cells. So of course, gut health is primary for any regenerative issues. So for instance, things like dementia, when we're talking about any kind of degenerative neuro disease states, it's the clumping of damaged protein cells that accumulate. And this is not good. We can actually prevent it by giving our bodies first gut health, so that we are able to assimilate these nutrients and then regenerate. This is regenerative medicine at its best. This is naturopathy at its focus. And so I think that with this lifestyle, we have a lot more to say than it's just a protein shake. We have a lot more to teach people than it's just an additional collagen supplement on the line of the wellness product line. We have an activist stance in where are we with our soil health and why it's so important to connect then the gut health and gut healing first. So we did want to take some time, Taz, right, to be able to open to the field. But did you get to talk about your challenge and how you're doing it with your team?
So what we're doing is that we are introducing the collagen pack plus the super aminos, because protein is so important. And I love that it's net nitrogen utilized of 99%. So we pair those together, or we will be doing it for the next 30 days. And then we show what our skin looks like. And it's incredible that people are always asking us, how's your skin get so tight? And we keep telling them it's the nutrients that we eat. That's it. It's not skincare. It's nothing topical. And it's not any bovine or marine collagen. This is superfoods. And look what can happen to your skin. Your connective tissues can start connecting properly. There's no degradation. You know, the elasticity starts becoming so great. I'm like elastic, right? That's exactly what happens. And you know what? I think it's really important to teach everyone what you need to start avoiding, right, to increase your collagen production, because we mentioned how smoking can denature it, and also fried food, processed foods, right? Have you ever heard of the term glycation? So this is the age of the food. So if you eat any meat and you would fry it, this is actually worse than, let's say, a sous vide, right? So the amount of cooking time the food is, this actually plays a huge impact of your collagen production. So try to eat less fried food as possible. Try to minimize French fries, any processed foods, any canola oils, sugars, artificial sugars. These all play a massive impact on the quality of collagen we have in our body. So let's open it up. Naiva, if you have anything to say, because I think you're not sharing now, so you can share, right?
Yeah, I'm able to unmute now. Sorry for the technical difficulties. I couldn't unmute while I was sharing my screen for some reason, but I loved all the slides and they were so educational. I learned some really great tips while you ladies were sharing as well. And I just wanted to ask everyone, like, we all know people that live, in the desert, like in Arizona, New Mexico, in the South, where their skin is so much more wrinkled at a young age from the sun, from the UV rays, and from the lack of moisture, right? So that's one of the biggest things, is the environment actually plays a huge role in our aging process, and not protecting our skin from the sun can actually enhance that aging process. But by taking collagen and being able to give our body the nutrition that it needs, we can actually reverse these signs of aging. And of course, the super xanthan for your skin to protect yourself from the sun, so that you're not getting, as depleted of skin. And then along with our new protein collagen blend, this will really help enhance your skin. And we all know people that live in these areas, right? Same with the really cold climates, right? That really cold climate can also have huge effects on your skin, the drying of the skin. So again, moistening the skin so that we can keep it supple, so we can stay young longer. And so I'm really excited about this new dark berry protein, because not only does it taste good, but it has so many benefits. It has, it helps our skin, it helps our hair, it helps our elasticity, for those of us that are starting to get like sunken around the eyes or our cheekbones, it can bring back that plump skin and bring back that collagen, so that way we can have our youthful look younger or longer. And then also, it can also help with body aches and stiffness, which are all signs of aging. But when we have the right lubrication between our bones and in our muscles and in our skin, then we can just feel more vibrant longer. And so I learned so much from the call with Dave on Wednesday, as well as from you ladies today. I love the slides, and I'll go ahead and pass it back to you because I know we probably have some questions to cover.
Thank you,
Okay,
Ava.
so I just want, oh, go ahead, Carm.
Oh, we were just looking at the chat if anybody had other questions, right? And I think the Renew Skin Hair Nails, this product pack would be absolutely, nothing is contraindicated for pregnancy or nursing. In fact, so when we're going over the different stages of life, like puberty, like pregnancy, and menopause and aging, all of these stages require a lot more from our bodies than just average, years of our life. These are specifically the times when we would need more. So yes, my daughter's 12, she's in puberty, and she would absolutely be benefiting by taking this dark berry protein. Even my son, I mean, he's 9. I would absolutely want for him to have healthy fats and lion's mane before school. I mean, this is a very potent product for all ages. But then let's talk about, what does our body even go physiologically through when we're nursing, breastfeeding, and pregnant? We need to build. I know for me as a mama, I didn't have any stretch marks. However, I did have a lot of tooth issues. So I knew that from my pregnancies, I had mineral depletion. And I was looking at that time for a company like Purium, but I didn't find it at that time. So I'm so happy, like, please do. This is why I share here, because I was that mama looking for something like this. And I didn't understand why my teeth were falling apart. My hair was falling out. What is happening to my body? So we want to supply with some tools and education to help others going through these difficult stages where our bodies are massively needing support. And we are only helping the future generations, because whatever we're consuming, we're passing through mama's milk, through our blood. And then, of course, through menopause, the changes that we go through then can be even depressing. So think about gut health, how 90% of our serotonin is built in the gut. If we are having gut health issues, how are we going to age without that depression, of course, of the aging process? We want to help all stages of life go through life with support, and know that there are issues in our nutrition. So it's really just come back to soil health and healing. That's what sets us apart as a community. And our recommendations are really catered towards minerals. So whenever you're consuming any of the products with Purium, just know this: you're getting more minerals than you would ever get from produce bought in conventional farms. If you do know your CSA and it is certified as a biodynamic farm, where they crop rotate, they compost, and the microbes are certified in the soil as they're growing the crop, great. But usually that's not the case. That's not the average. And so we want to help people who are in those food deserts, who are clearly suffering this. The skin is the largest organ, biggest indication of what's going internally inside. So we want to help people to, and we can carefront them. Say, do you have an internal nutrition skin regimen? That's a really great way to ask in a carefront way how they are currently supplementing themselves. Okay, do you see questions, Taz and Eva, that you want to bring up, or does anyone like to raise their hand?
So let me just answer a couple questions. So you can absolutely add it to the power shake. Why not, right? You have more greens in there. You have all your grains. I would say absolutely. And from what I see, the dark berry is safe to take while pregnant, and the Renew as well. Okay, so since I started the challenge, what have I seen? So I've been doing this challenge every so often, and I see different. I always see my skin always looks a little tighter, a little more lifted, right? I just turned 40, guys, and I've never had anything done, nothing. I don't even do facials. I have practically no skincare routine. This is all superfoods. So every so often, just up your aminos, and now we can pair it with our collagen pack, right? Which is so essential. how many, okay, so with the collagen, Dave has said this, that for 10 days to take 30 super aminos per day, right? If you are pairing this now with a dark berry, the dark berry has protein as well. So maybe you can do 15 a day. You can break that in half. You can do 15 a day paired with the collagen pack. Thank you. It's all thanks to superfoods.
And always remember the recommendation of 5 per superfood meal, like the core 4, is for a 150-pound person. So if you're less or more, always just accommodate to your own weight.
And I also want to mention, I love, Carm, how you were talking about your teeth. So that's an indication that you're losing collagen. If you have swelling, if your teeth, this is collagen. Everything in our body is collagen, guys. If you have a wound that's not healing, these are things that we always need to pay attention to. Okay. Oh, I think we have some questions. Miriam, I will unmute you.
Okay, thanks. I was driving, so I'm not, I just pulled over to ask my question. So I'm not able to read all the chat, but what you guys are sharing is so helpful. I've been listening to every word. So on the challenge you're doing, Taz, you're doing 30 days of the dark berry and 30 days of the hair, nails, and skin. And then you're just doing the kind of more of the super aminos for 10 days of the 30, and then what, going back to 5 or 10 per day? How are you doing that?
Exactly. So for 10 days, do 30. And then after that, you could do 5 or 10.
Okay. And then the, other products we might use, but the challenge is the dark berry once a day.
Once a day, and
the hair, nails, and skin. Okay, thanks for clarifying. I'm going to do that with you.
Amazing. Thank you. And tag us on the Million Mom Movement.
Yeah, we have a dear sister here in the community. She has EDS. And when she had started this program, she had such a tremendous testimonial. I don't know if Sarah, if you'd like to just share it quickly, because most people don't even hear or know what this is, but it's specifically related to collagen as an imbalance.
Hi, I'll take my headphones off. I was just shoving a grape in my mouth, forgive. But yeah, so EDS, Ehlers-Danlos, is a collagen deficiency or mutation. We have like lack of, I just got off of work, forgive me. But most people have it within their joints. The lack of collagen makes their tendons and ligaments more like taffy, where it stretches instead of rubber bands back like a rubber band. I am one of those that have it in all systems. So my tissue, my skin, like my skin stretches abnormally weird, but it's in my gums, and I have periodontal disease, and I have to get my gums scaled, and I have to work out every day to do this. So this product line alone, I was already taking the Renew Hair, Skin, and Nails, Ionic Elements, like all of it, Joint Flex. I am super stoked about this because yes, turning 40 this year. Oops. That beeped up, but turning 40 this year, I'm really seeing the splotching and the hair change more than anything, the teeth, and my mom had EDS. By the age of 50, she lost all her teeth. She had to have full dentures, things like that. And then it causes IBS, leaky gut, all those things in your gut. And so this product line alone for someone like me is like gold. I am so waiting for that pet to come to my house, like jumping up and down. So yes, thank you, Dave, thank you, Perium, thank you, Million Mom Movement. Yes.
Oh my goodness, thank you for sharing that, Sarah. Impromptu. I love this community. So I think we have just enough time, unless there's another question, to move to our call to action and closing up for next week's Zoom. Can you unmute, Naeva? I think if you're sharing the screen. Oh, yep. There you go.
Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and share my screen here. Give me just a second. All right, so this is the article that we've been sharing from. Carmela, did you want to do the call to action or you want me to do it?
Why don't you go ahead, since we didn't get to hear from you a lot today? That's good.
All right, sounds good. So most of you know, and if you don't, this is the article that we've been pulling from for our call to action week after week to bring awareness to our community of the foods that are ridden with glyphosate that we want to have a call to action around, to ask these companies to become aware that glyphosate is in the ingredients that they're using in our popular snacks that so many people buy for their children and for their families across America. And we really want to bring awareness to these companies. Many of them already know that this ingredient is within their products. And some of them are really happy for us to bring awareness to the light, for us to come and share what we know, and they're willing to make changes. So it takes our community taking action, because the more of us that go and share on these pages and share our concern, then the more they'll know that their consumers are concerned about this issue and they'll start to make changes. So, it works in numbers. So the many hands make light work. If we all go and comment on these pages, then we can really make a big ripple of change in the world for so many others that may not even know that their food is contaminated with these chemicals. So this article is The Poison in Our Daily Bread, Glyphosate Contamination Widespread in Essential Foods. And if you go to the bottom of this article, there's a link and it brings you to the detailed report that I have right here. And so this detailed report is really awesome because it actually has, I went down the list, and it has not only list of things that contain glyphosate, but it has non-GMO foods that contain glyphosate, organic foods that contain glyphosate, breads that contain glyphosate, all the things, protein powders that contain glyphosate. So it really goes down every single list and gives you a list of things to stay away from or to be aware of. So the issue is that anything over 10% of parts per billion of glyphosate is dangerous for our health. And of course, taken over time, then it becomes detrimental, because as we consume these foods that have glyphosate in them, they start to deteriorate our gut and create other problems in our body. And so today we wanted to talk about number 20, seeded hearty rye bread. It comes from Hy-Vee store, which is a pretty big store across America, and it carries a lot of generic brands. But today we wanted to talk about the seeded hearty rye bread because it contains 88 parts per billion. So the call to action is to go to the Instagram page for Hy-Vee, which is pretty easy to find, and to comment on one of their most recent posts, right? So I would just choose any of these most recent posts, maybe even one with food on it, these sandwich cookies, and go in and let them know in the comments. There's only one comment on this post. So, if we all go to this one post with the Halloween cookies that we know most likely contain glyphosate in the cookie part and maybe in the filling part, with the corn syrup that's used, with the wheat that's used, the oat that use, all the different ingredients that contain glyphosate that we know are grown with this chemical are contained within this, right? So we can go right here and write a comment and say, hey, are you aware of this toxic chemical glyphosate in your food? If you are, what are you doing about it? So really it's a nice way of activism. We're not trying to put them down. We're really trying to bring awareness to them in hopes that they will make changes, knowing that there's many people concerned about this. So I want to encourage all of you, please go to Hy-Vee on Instagram right now and go and leave a comment on this cookie post and screenshot it and share that in your stories and tag the Million Mom Movement. And if they send you a response to your comment on this post, and I'll write one after we get off the Zoom, you can screenshot that as well and share it in your story so you can show people whatever the response is from them, whether it's, yeah, we know we have this chemical and we're doing nothing about it, or whether it's, yes, we're trying to phase that out. Whatever it is, share it, and also tag Hy-Vee, tag the brand that we're talking about. Of course, we are talking about, the whole wheat bread, but so many other things that they have in their stores contain this toxic chemical. And so we want to bring it to their awareness. So if you want to talk about the hearty bread what was it? The seeded hearty rye bread. You can bring that to their awareness that, hey, I just realized I was shopping and I realized that your seeded hearty rye bread contains glyphosate, and you can still post it right here in this comment and just bring it to their awareness that we're looking at that. To take it a step further, I just want to let you all know that our Million Mom Movement page on Instagram is a place where you can be featured. You can use our hashtag Million Mom Movement, and you can be featured here. I can find your post and repost you. Also, you can tag us so I can share you in our stories, which I love to feature you there. And to take it a step further, if you're looking for any of the replays or any of the links to the pledge or to the document that we were just looking at, you can go right here to our link tree. All the links are there for you. So go to the link in our bio on Instagram. You'll find everything that you need there. And lastly, I just want to let you all know that if you're brand new here, please reach back out to the person that invited you here. They can help you figure out what are the best options for you and your family. And I want to also invite you all back next week to our next Fierce Friday. Next week, it's about our head to toe products with the MMM. So we're going to have a lot of fun sharing our favorite products, how we use them for our families, and it's going to be a great presentation. So we hope that you'll come back next Friday. Go ahead and pass it back to you. Carmela, thank you all for joining us today.
Thank you, everyone. Have a great Friday. And do stay tuned. We do have a lunch and learn every third Wednesday of the month as well. So just stay tuned to that because it's going to be a focus on gut health. I'll see you all next week. Bye for now.